Alright, YouTube family, let's get right into it. Lil Reese just did the unthinkable. He gave an interview to Vlad TV. By the way, y'all go subscribe to Vlad TV. Now, Lil Reese let us know a little bit more further. These Fed situations in Chicago been going down the way they've been going. Now, we're going to get into a little bit things and also into the FBG Duck situation where a lot of members got indicted for the alleged murder of FBG Duck. And yeah, we're going to talk about some of these things. I need you guys to hit that like button, subscribe to IsmokeHiphop Live. Now, on Vlad TV, Reese came and Vlad asked him a situation about, you know, growing up in Chicago across the street from OBLOCK, and he's going to speak into the situation of the feds that already been going down there.
Okay, so, you know, as a kid, what was it like growing up in that area?
I don't know. I mean, shit, it was tough growing up over there. Cause shit, like in 03, 2003, like the feds had hit and locked everybody up. And we was like 10 years old at the time. So shit, we was basically on our own. And a lot of stuff had changed. Like, everybody was having money and shit in 03, like around 03, 02, 01, and 2000. Like, it was a lot of money, like drug money and shit flowing. So when the feds had hit, all that stopped. And shit, people had to find new ways to get new money and shit. So that's how it was tough growing up.
So as you can see, there seemed to always be a disconnection from that situation. You hear Reese telling you about the Fed situations, the Fed case, and what they got into. Now, we know about the Feds charging, the alleged murder, the FBG Duck situation, and they charged all the guys that and allegedly said they were involved with this. And guys, let's just get this out the way. Furthermore, through this video, I need you guys to hit that like button, hit that notification bell, rock out with the platform. You know you like what you're seeing, so share this video, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, and also all the names that are going to be said on this video are innocent until proven guilty. We do it different over here on this platform. Now, shall we continue? Now, we know the Duck case got a little bit brazy. We know Chicago allegedly had a lot of names they said in the indictment. We know the guys in the famous notorious neighborhood of OBLOCK, charges were filed. You know, the key members also Charles C. Murder, Liggins, you know, Kenny Robinson, to Carlos Alfred, Christopher C. Thing, and Moowop, you know, and then other people as we're seeing allegedly being involved in this. Now, there was a video being played of this during that time. Let's use these receipts to make sense of why I'm bringing up the feds and how Lil Reese is telling us, oh, these folks been sliding through here. They've been coming through the ranks of this and making sure they can play chess in a checkers game. If it's making sense to y'all, catch up if it's not. Now, over here in the news, pay attention when they have said this.
Let's get details. Nate Rogers is live outside the Durfee Federal Building to tell us what's happening. Nate?
That's right, guys. That press conference just wrapping up within the last couple of hours. The rapper Carlton Weekly, also known as FBG Duck, of course, was killed last year. Law enforcement members say the suspects are allegedly a part of the OBLOCK gang. Now, local and federal officials held a press conference just a couple of hours ago announcing the federal indictment. Law enforcement leaders say the OBLOCK gang publicly claimed responsibility for the rapper's death and used social media to increase their criminal enterprise. Weekly was shot and killed in broad daylight on August 4th of last year in the city's Gold Coast neighborhood. He had been standing in line at a luxury clothing store before police say 4 men jumped out of a vehicle and began firing. At today's press conference, Superintendent David Brown, as well as other federal officials, says this will serve as notice to gang members that crime will not continue to happen of this kind here in Chicago. Take a listen.
We are going after gangs in this city. We are trying to eliminate crime and the fear of crime. That's why we're here today. And this announcement today is just one example of the cooperation and collaboration that holds violent offenders accountable for their actions so that they cannot go on and hurt more people and take away more lives.
Now, 4 of those suspects were actually apprehended this morning on the city's south side at 65th and King. The 5th suspect, we're told, had already been behind bars facing charges.
Now, we know about the 5th suspect who they alleged that was behind bars. Now, there was a lot leading and following to that. We know back and forth of DOJ charging 13 alleged members, and they said it was a violent Chicago gang and federal indictment. I'm not trying to be condescending, you know what I mean? It's just what they wrote, because this is what you do when you playing chess games. Now, this situation been in the situation in the way it's been, you know, it ain't never been different, y'all. This been a reoccurring theme over and over and over again, and it's not gonna slow down. Al Capone era, those type of days. The Department of Justice said the 13 people who was charged was part of a street faction gang affiliation with racketeering conspiracies as part of a federal indictment related to dozens of murders out here, according to their reports and what they had. They said at least responsible for 19 murders, 19 attempted murders, and several armed robberies and assaults, according to a statement from U.S. Attorney John Lauch. Now, go back to what, you know, Lil Reese told you guys in that DJ Vlad interview, because I think when he's explaining that and he's going into the interview, it's more of, you know, it's a life story, point blank period. Now, let's get into it again.
Street.
Okay, so, you know, as a kid, what was it like growing up in that area?
I don't know. I mean, shit, it was tough growing up over there. Cause shit, like in 2003, like the FEDS had hit and locked everybody up. And we was like 10 years old at the time. So shit, we was basically on our own. And a lot of stuff had changed. Like, everybody was having money and shit in 03, like around 03, 02, 01. In 2000, like, it was a lot of money, like drug money and shit flowing. So when the FEDS had hit, all that stopped and shit, people had to find new ways to get new money and shit. So that's how it was tough growing up.
Now, when he went into that, I was trying to explain to you guys the feds. They've been hovering around these Chicago gangs forever. They know what goes on, bro. Like the 15 minutes of mayhem situation in Chicago. Let's just say the document basically lays out key evidence that led to the last year's indictments against 5 alleged OBLOCK street gang members, alleged members, because I call them family. Not me, but what they call each other. Now, gang members now accused, you know, in the brazen killing of Carton Weekly. They are allegedly too. It also points to so-called diss tracks which have fueled the street violence, and that's what they kept getting on to. Speaking of situations that fueled the violence, we do know of the situation with Lil Reese, ongoing mistrust with folks in the city when he got hit up and critically wounded in a brazen attack.
Was shot this afternoon in the south suburbs.
Tavares Taylor, better known as Lil Reese, is in critical condition this hour at Advocate Christ Medical Center with a gunshot wound in the neck. WGN's Tom Negevin is there live with our report tonight. Tom?
Right, you know, Joe and Michael, witnesses say the rapper was targeted by a gunman who pursued him through traffic, opening fire with a small rifle at a busy intersection in Country Club Hills. Skycam over the large crime scene late this afternoon. Traffic snarled around 167th and Pulaski. The victim's bullet-riddled Jeep Grand Cherokee still in the road, surrounded by police who tell WGN they arrived to find fresh blood in and around the SUV, but no victim. Someone had already taken him to South Suburban Hospital in nearby Hazel Crest, bleeding badly from a gunshot wound to the neck. He was treated and transferred. People nearby report hearing a long volley of gunshots, as many as 12, and say the shots sounded like they were getting closer.
After the shots, car crash.
And just a few minutes after that, police and paramedics, including locals say officers armed with long rifles, searching nearby parking lots for the gunman.
You never know what can happen. or where that person is hiding.
What they didn't know is the man had already fled northbound in what witnesses describe as a white or gray Chevy Malibu with tinted windows and Wisconsin plates. As police did their search, some businesses locked down, workers sheltering in place.
And we're actually locked up on the doors. A few minutes after that, the police were coming up and down here looking for, anybody that was involved, and they had their guns out, so the whole plaza ended up locking up the doors for safety.
Again, 26-year-old Tavares Taylor, better known as rapper Lil Reese.
Now, that's just some of the situations that happened during that time. Like the FBG Duck murder case, it tells you also about broad daylight Gold Coast murder of, FBG Duck, Big Clout. Now, I'm telling you about broad daylight because in Chicago, if folks is going to get you, they're going to get you regardless of what time of the day it is. Like when the other famous situation of Lil Reese happened and people was doing the jokes and they said he took a #2 on himself and that was proven to be a lie, but then other folks said we don't know. I didn't want to get into that because no proof, but what people did do was another situation where they thought Reese had died or lost the eye was a garage situation that happened again.
Were shot on the near north side this morning. One of them, rapper Lil Reese.
He was grazed by a bullet, and this is not the first time Lil Reese has been the victim of gunfire. He was also shot in 2019. WGN's Rob Sneed has reaction from the downtown neighborhood.
Jesus God, that's terrible. Crime is already at an all-time high, We're supposed to be banding together as a community and building better, and we're just not, and that's the hardest part.
Chicago police had the block of West Grand blocked off for hours as they investigated a triple shooting.
Just kind of wild, but not surprised. It can happen anywhere.
Authorities got the call just before 10 this morning. When police got to the garage, they found 3 men ages 20, 27, and 28 shot. The 20-year-old was shot twice in the knee and is in good condition. The 27-year-old had multiple gunshot wounds and is in critical condition. The 28-year-old was grazed by a bullet and is in fair condition.
We're gonna pray for the victims.
Lisa Bube sends her well wishes too, but all of this is just all too disturbing for her.
Sad. It's also sad that we don't think about it as much anymore because it seems more common.
And as police go over all of the evidence, she can't help but wonder, what is it going to take to stop the violence in this city?
I don't know, and it's definitely driving people out of the city, so I hope that we figure out something too.
And the shooting is still under investigation. In the near north side, Rob Sneed, WGN News.
I mean, these back and forths and brazen attacks, it's something that Ben was on the charts of the feds for a good minute. Like, it even got the news of 6ix9ine, coming out the woodworks and going back and forth. I'll get to that, but I want y'all to know there's been like feds all through the cities because last year there was also 54 slayings, more than 80 charged in those 54 slayings. As Chicago gangs have changed, so has, federal RICO prosecutions. It's like almost, hey, we just gotta throw a RICO. That's how we're gonna clean the city up. Now the victims met their fate over 2 decades in every corner of the cities. Informant shot, execution styles, rival gangs gunned down in barbershops and restaurants. A rapper targeted after online taunts and innocent bystanders felled by bullet sprayed at pickup basketball games. I mean, at least 54 people slain and dozens more wounded in shootings stretching from Inglewood and to Garfield Park to the Gold Coast. And all of a sudden now including a string of recent federal racketeering cases. You feel me? It's like reputed gang members, basically niggas with names. They're coming in a full-scaled situation to take everybody down, whether it was the OBLOCK situation and they found all the weapons, allegedly leading to that moment. And you can go more, like even when to Carlos, when they detained him and it popped off with that, and that part went viral, and you clearly seen what the feds got going on in there, all the way to 6ix9ine trolling Durkio.
BDK, when I said that, listen, I don't take none of that shit back because I feel pussy if I do that shit. But when I said that, I addressed it to that nigga in particular, like, yo, blood, do something about it. What now? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
I took it to him that temperature. Everybody know
the love I got for Rondo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big
Look, yeah,
champion
and
Rondo.
but look, you know, he love you. I ain't gonna lie, bro, love you. When y'all, Hypno be putting it together too. When y'all be talking,
like, you know what I'm saying? Yo, niggas be on the phone with Gotti. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be on the phone with Gotti. Make sure Rondo right in there. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, you know what I'm saying? I always pay homage. But when I feel like niggas disrespecting me, blood, ain't nobody gonna get away disrespecting me. Name one nigga that got away disrespecting me, bro. I take it to this whole industry. I don't.
Hey, look, you hear me, gang? No, you know the whole everybody watching that shit, bro. But like everybody, like the whole thing y'all got going on, like a lot of niggas still take that shit as.
Now you can see that Dirk was trying to be diplomatic in the whole situation. Dirk was, you know, being a representative of the city, the general, what they call him, Little Dirkio the Voice. Now Lil Reese is kind of different. His reaction to 6ix9ine went a little bit different. It went like this.
Sosa joined my shit, 6ix9ine joined my shit. What you want? You gotta hold his name. All right, I'm gonna hold his name. All right, I'm sliding right.
How the fuck you just do that shit?
Folks just, Walk just told me I had to hold your name.
Oh, BD, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Alright, okay, cool. Hey, what you want? BD niggas lame as hell.
Folks, I ain't gonna lie to you. On Lil Mo, bro, on my daughter.
You can clearly see there's a difference in everything that goes down there. Look, man, in the situation that's going on in Chicago, we hope everybody stays safe in these streets. Look, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of IsmokeHiphop Live. Make sure you go follow the waves and go subscribe to us, and you know what to do.